3 years architecture student, and I'm the owner and artist behind Details Inc.
So, hi, Caro. Thanks for being with us today. So, we're here because we want to know more about your business, Details Inc. So, we'll just ask you a few questions. And yeah, just answer them as truthfully as you can.
Okay.
Okay, so first, what were your interests as a child, like in your early years?
As a kid, I was mostly into musical theater actually. Not so much into arts or drawing, but then I would a lot. But you know, it's just the type that you just do it without really thinking so much and without considering it as an interest. But yeah, arts and crafts in general and singing, yeah.
Where do you find inspiration for your art, like when you were young and even now, as in Details Inc.?
With my, I think art has always been an outlet for me. So it's just like kind of a means of recording my life, something like that. Documentation. That's how it started. You know, with the writing. It started as a kid, like like a journal, and then from writing, it sort of transformed into a more creative thing. Like I wouldn't just write, I would doodle, or I wouldn't just write straight out. I would like stick stuff, and it would always be a little more than.
What is your creative process? So, for example, yeah, you have like random feelings.
When I do it as an outlet and when I do it for business, it's two very different creative processes. So when it's for fun, when it's personal, I don't really have to think so much. I just grab whatever. Even sometimes like tissue or receipts or whatever, anything. And anything that's on my mind, I just put it on paper. And I always end up drawing in that style. Yeah, there's no process for that really. It just happens. But when it's for business work, so I have to sort of gather a lot of information about the person and about what I'm drawing. So there's that, and then there's lots of drafts, lots of revision. Yeah.
So, how long does that usually take if it's for the business side?
A long time. Like I averaged it. It's like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Oh.
And yeah, but it really depends on how small it is. Like 3.5 hours would be on an A4 sheets, and it also depends on how detailed the person wants it. Like sometimes they ask for really insanely detailed things.
So, why did you decide to combine art and entrepreneurship?
Well, it was sort of an accident. It started for me in high school. So this whole form of doodle art, or I like calling it pen and ink art, it started for me as an outlet and in high school. That's about 2011, and it was really just a way for me to pass time and relieve stress. And there, I would draw in class a lot. From there, my classmates started asking me, "What's that? Like, can you make for me? I'll buy it from you." So that's how it like came to me that I could actually make some money out of this. But it wasn't a priority at all until Christmas time. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it. So at that time I had envelopes with me, and that's why I was drawing on envelopes. There's no magic reason. It's really just because I had it and I was in class, and there I was bored. So there I started drawing on envelopes, and then people wanted it, and then that's when I had the idea of like starting my own line of stationery. So I drew on 6 envelopes, and for fun, I just drew it for fun, and I thought like, okay, maybe I can try selling these things for Christmas, but I didn't know how to do it. So it was just really something that small, and there. I asked a lot of people. Like, I asked my mom, like, what could I do about it? And then it just so happened that we had friends that had printing presses. So I asked them. I'm like, okay, I have 6 envelopes here. How am I gonna make a lot? So they were like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And that's the only time I started learning about the other side of things, like the entrepreneurship side, the supplier side. That's when I started wanting to become more business minded and whatever. So there, the business part came after.
So, what's the most memorable art piece you've worked on so far? Like, how was the experience? Walk us through it.
One day I just decided to draw Darth Vader. I remember it was about 4 hours and 40 minutes, but it was fun because it's always fun. It's just relaxing because it's really chill for me. It takes my mind off things. So it was a really nice day. I was just drawing Darth Vader, and then halfway through my work, I took a picture of it and posted it on Instagram. And then I got so shocked because so many people liked it, and so many people got excited about it. So I'm like, oh crap, I have to finish. So I finished, and when I posted the final output, it was like I got so overwhelmed. Like, um, people were asking me to make shirts. Do you have that in phone cases? Do you have? And I'm like, I don't have anything. I'm not even in the Philippines. Darth Vader was like a really big turning point, and it's like until today, until a year later, people still ask for the shirts, and um, I think I've sold over 500 shirts.
Tell us about your style, like Details Inc. How did you decide that that was gonna be your consistent style?
Find myself in whatever. What do I use? What do I want? Like, am I a painter? No. Am I whatever? I was trying to figure it out, and then I'm like, okay, what do I use? Pen and ink. And then I was like, crap, Details Ink. I was like, yeah. So there, that's how it became Details Ink.
For the business side of it, since you told us how you started it already, like what are the difficulties that come in the business side of it?
Well, figuring everything out in the start, I think that's the hardest. Like, that feeling of wanting to produce, to make products and wanting to give people something but not knowing anything, that's kind of a really big struggle. I really had to humble myself also to be able to ask questions to people that knew more than me. I think putting things together, like making sure your whole process is covered from production to packaging and delivery, like making sure you're covered in all those aspects. So basically, the way I did that was really trial and error in the start, like research and then trial and error. So it's really like thinking about the people, the clients, and the customers, and fixing your end quietly. Like, they're not supposed to feel that you're so stressed out.
Yeah.
Putting it together is the hardest part talaga. That's the first hard part. Then when you're done with that, I realized that there are 1 billion more
Other things to do.
hard parts that you have to go through. And I think what's good about the whole startup and art community now is that it's so collaborative. I think since it's an art business, um, find constantly being able to give people new things, that's also a struggle, like keeping things fresh and whatever.
Given that you're still a student, how do you balance everything?
It's hard. Like, there are times when I'm studying at bazaars, but then I love it when my two worlds collide. Um, just one time, one of my favorite Filipino architects passed by at a bazaar and bought a Darth Vader shirt, and I was
Wow.
like, hello. But I think it's like I have to like pep talk myself a lot. There, it's like with every single opportunity, you have to remember to work just as hard, twice as hard, but if you want those opportunities, because I asked for those opportunities. When you have dreams and you have things you want to do in life, you can't just let it happen to you. You have to
Make it.
you have to work so that they can happen, so that they can come, and when they're there, you have to work, because if not, it's sayang. Like, there's some weird opportunities talaga. Like, the one on Wednesday is that, like, I got a random call, and Details Inc. is On the Wings of Love. I don't even know On the Wings of Love, but then it's like I asked my friends and they all screamed. So it's like, okay, I think I should take this. And I already said no. Actually, I said no because I have school, and that's my favorite class, but it's urban planning. So it's like, you have to make those choices and weigh them, and it really depends on the situation. Like, there's no one solution type of thing. So something like that. I'm like, okay,
You took it?
yeah. I read somewhere, I can't remember where, but it's like your next big thing is that thing. It's like
Okay.
you can't keep waiting for your next big thing.
Now we want to know what's in store for Details Inc. what's ahead?
Well, some of the stuff I'm excited about now are the new and different projects, the bigger projects. People have been asking me to draw on guitars and
Oh, wow.
helmets and walls and stuff. So there's bigger projects like that. But another thing that I'm excited about is that I've been teaching workshops a lot.
Oh.
So I really love it when I have opportunities to interact with people. Like that's why I don't join bazaars that I can't attend because I don't want them
You interact with them.
Yeah, it's different when you see them. When you see the way they look at your work, or when you see kids get excited, it's just I'm excited to take on more projects like that.
Oh, okay. So that ends our interview. We just want to thank you for letting us know more about your business, how art inspires you, and hopefully, like, you'll inspire a lot of other people in this world. So, before we end this, can you say something to, like, those up and coming entrepreneurs who want to also work on?
Okay, so I guess my advice would really just be to do what you love. And, the quote, do what you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's very true. So, yeah.